Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamu alaikum. This is Raja Umar on my channel RU Speaks, and Raja Umar speaks for you all for the subject of Pakistan studies and global perspectives. Currently, I am discussing the topics of geography, the environment of Pakistan, talking about the component 2, paper 2 of Pakistan studies. Slowly and gradually, I will move towards the history lessons as well. Just working on them, that when to start. First, I want to finish up with 3 units of geography, and then I will move towards the lessons of history. And everything will be available on my YouTube channel, RU Speaks. What you need to do only to subscribe, like, share, watch, and comment on them. And inshallah, we'll try to develop this channel for your ease, for your better understanding, for your better learning. So this is what we are doing these days, that I want that there should be some innovation regarding your learning. That's why I am posting certain lessons on my YouTube channel. And as you know that in the last lesson we summed up the unit of the climate of Pakistan, and today we're going to talk about the unit number 3, that is the development of the water resources, the issue of sustainability regarding the water resources Pakistan is having, and how effective those water sources are for Pakistan regarding the industrial use or for the sake of irrigation. We will talk about the dams and barrages and all other available resources for us regarding water. And we will try to find out that what sort of issues we are facing regarding the mismanagement of water sources and the things related to that one. So what I want that we should be discussing the Cambridge syllabus as well, so that we should be working on the unit of the water sources. So just I want to open up the syllabus first over here, so that to clear up you people regarding the Cambridge syllabus. And here you can see on your screen the climate. We are done with it, and now moving on to the next one, that is the natural resources and issue of sustainability. And you can see that right at the top the A part is given as water sources. So in this particular unit, what you need to be having in your mind, and what you need to learn and having more focus, candidates should be able to identify. So it means that this skill you should be developing, the identification of a map showing Mangla Dam, Tarbela Dam, Varsak Dam. So these 3 major dams, you should be able to label them, their location and their exact names, and the rivers on them these dams are constructed. And name 2 examples of barrages. So it means that 3 dams: 1 Mangla, number 2 Tarbela, number 3 Varsak Dam, and any 2 other examples of barrages you should be knowing that. So it means that 4 and 5 things you need to be having the identification, labeling, that you can label them or you can name them. So in this way you will be able to have the identification skills with you. Then you are supposed to understand the importance of water as a source, importance of rivers, canals, dams, barrages, all those resources, how important they are for Pakistan. Understand that how supplies for agricultural and industrial and domestic purposes are obtained. The usage of water, we'll talk about that. What are the uses of water? The industrial use of water, the agricultural use of water for the sake of irrigation, domestic use of water for the sake of cooking, heating, and washing purposes, and maintained and controlled as well as used. Understand the reasons for and consequences of Indus Water Treaty. So it means that Indus Water Treaty is the part of your syllabus, that why it was signed, when it was signed, and what are the positives and negatives of this Indus Water Treaty for Pakistan regarding the distribution of waters of the rivers of Pakistan. So explain and evaluate. I mean, evaluative skills and explanation skills. Whenever we talk about the explanation, it means that you should be having the analytical skills in you, that or you should be able to analyze, and then you, out of that analysis, you are able to evaluate the things and to move to some conclusion. The causes of and solutions to the problems of water supply, including pollution, siltation, and then waterlogging and salinity. So all these are the issues which are related to waterlogging and salinity. So it means that, so here we have the issues. Issue number 1, siltation. Issue number 2, waterlogging. Issue number 3, salinity. And waterlogging, salinity, they are interrelated. And next one, that is the pollution factor. So we are supposed to be really very much clear about in our explanations and evaluations regarding the causes, that why siltation is being done, why waterlogging is being done, why siltation is happening over here, and why the water is getting contaminated, and what are the solutions to those. So the other day I was talking about 3C formula to you all, that we are supposed to be knowing that what are the causes, the consequences, and control, I mean the solution of any of the issues we are discussing. So understand the value of water as a source for development. So we'll talk about the importance of water for Pakistan in agriculture, for industry, and for other fields. So explain and evaluate how water supply issues can lead to conflicts. So we will talk about the water distribution issues among the provinces, and we will talk about the role of IRSA, as well as I was explaining you all yesterday, that Indus River System Authority, that how to increase the better management of this organization to resolve the conflicts among the provinces regarding the distribution of waters of the rivers flowing in Pakistan. So this is all about the syllabus, Cambridge syllabus, the latest one regarding the O level and IGCSE, and you should be having a grasp and the command over whole of these topics regarding the water sources, and we'll try to cover up all these topics in 4 or 5 lessons over here. And today we are going to talk about the earlier ones, that is, we will talk about the importance of water for Pakistan, and we'll talk, I mean, the effectiveness of rivers. We might be talking about the agricultural and industrial uses of water, and slowly and gradually we will move towards the dams and barrages, and then the canal irrigation system, and all other topics like Indus Water Treaty and others. So we will be discussing all these topics in our this unit, the development of water sources and issue of sustainability. So moving on to the presentation. Here we have the presentation today, that is the development of water sources for Pakistan. And natural resources, renewable, non-renewable, and this is quite easier for you all, that whenever we talk about the non-renewable resources, they are the fossil fuels, remains of animals and plants buried down like coal, gas, and oil. And then the other minerals, they are the metallic and non-metallic minerals. They all are the resources, and they all may deplete, they all may get exhausted. So that's why they all are considered as non-renewable resources. The renewables: continuous water supply, wind, waves, and sunlight. These are the renewables. And the sustainable ones, that is the vegetation, I mean the forests, the fertile soil, and the flat landscape. So all these are considered to be the renewable resources for Pakistan. So moving on, hydrological cycle not necessary for the Cambridge syllabus, as we have just discussed the syllabus. It was not given over there. So here we are, the importance of rivers to Pakistan, that why the rivers are considered really very important. Number one, here if I start from here, so they supply water for irrigation. So it means that the agricultural use, of water. So it means that as Pakistan is an agricultural country, so these rivers are really very important for Pakistan, as they are contributing towards the agricultural development, towards the agro-based industrial development, and towards the domestic needs of the people of huge population of Pakistan. By the canals, so irrigation through canal system, leading out from major dams and barrages. So it means that the dams and barrages, they are constructed on rivers, and from there the canals are originating. Those canals are irrigating the larger parts of Pakistan, very especially the upper Indus Plain and lower Indus Plain, and that helps, this irrigation system helps for better agricultural growth. So rivers are quite important for the agricultural development. Secondly, they provide water for domestic and industrial purposes, that in the industry a lot of water is being used. We will discuss in the coming slides. And in the same way, at the domestic level, for cooking, washing, and for drinking purposes, water is being consumed at homes. So water is really very important. Then fishing is practiced in rivers and lakes like Mangla Lake, Tarbela Lake, and Sakhar Barrage, and elsewhere. And from the waters of these rivers, the fish farming is also being carried out alongside the rivers in certain areas of Pakistan, very especially in Punjab and Sindh provinces. So leading to the development of the fishing industry, the freshwater fishing, and along with the fish farming. Next one, the rivers, they increase the fertility of the land by carrying alluvium and organic matter. Yesterday we were talking about the river floods, a day before yesterday I believe, and when these floods come, they spread the alluvium, the fertile and really very sort of organic soil particles alongside the rivers on those lands which are used for agriculture afterwards. So these rivers are really very important for those lands which get the refreshed alluvium, refreshed soil, for the sake of the improved growth of crops in the coming seasons. Then they help to generate hydroelectric power. Yes, HEP. Hydel power, we also call it. Hydel, HYD, hydro, and EL for electricity. Hydel power from dams and barrages like Mangla and Tarbela, they are producing a lot of electricity for us. So it means that those rivers, they are really very important for the generation of power for us as well. So add to the scenic beauty of the area, and they become the really very good picnic spots, and they become the source of earning for the local people over there, those who are living closer to the rivers. And on those picnic spots, certain shops and certain selling points are opened, which are really very good for the smaller trade activity in that area. And whenever these picnic spots are developed, so the tourism also develops for that sake. So it means that the rivers are playing really very important role towards the development of the tourism industry and the smaller trading in the smaller areas alongside the rivers. They provide water to even those areas where rainfall is extremely low, for example, southern and southeastern Sindh. Yes, I mean, if we talk about the Guddu Barrage, Sakhar Barrage, Gudu Barrage, Sakhar Barrage, and even Tausa Barrage in South Punjab. And down in south, Kotri Barrage. In Sindh area, what we have seen that there is scanty rainfall. The rainfall factor is really very low. The monsoon rainfall does not really frequently occur over there in the Sindh province, so leading to dryness over there. And the Nara Desert closer to Sakhar region, that is quite dry, but the canals from the Sakhar barrage on river Indus irrigating those lands and making them effective, and that region is really very important for the growth of cotton crop over there. And even date palm trees are being grown in Sakhar region, and they're also being irrigated through those canals. So this is how we can see that the overall the importance of rivers of Pakistan, the agricultural use, and here we have the domestic and industrial use. Here we have the development of the fishing industry. Here increasing the soil fertility, and here the generation of the hydroelectric power. And over here the development of the tourism and the scenic beauty of the area. And here the last one, we are having that these rivers provide water to those areas where there is low rainfall. So whenever you get the description question of 3 marks, you are supposed to write any of the 3 points given over here. And if you get the explanation question of 4 marks, then you are supposed to take any 2 points from here and to develop them further. I mean, you're supposed to explain them. 1 mark for the mentioning that point, and the second mark will be for the development of that point. So this is about the importance of rivers for Pakistan, that why rivers are important for Pakistan. So description and explanation, both sorts of questions you may get. So the rivers of Pakistan, we have talked about them in our topography units and even in the climate unit. That here you can see that again explaining that particular code, that is IGCRBS, that is the Indus, Jhelum, Chenab, Ravi, Beas, and Sutlej. And you can see that this one is Indus, this one is Jhelum, number 3 is Chenab, number 4 is Ravi, and number 5 is Sutlej, but Beas is over here. So this one is the 5th one, and Sutlej is number 6th as per this sequence given over here in this code. So Indus, Jhelum, Chenab, Ravi, Beas, and Sutlej. So these, if I exclude Indus, the rest of these 5 rivers, Jhelum, Chenab, Ravi, Beas, and Sutlej, they are known as the eastern tributaries of river Indus, as they are contributing their waters into river Indus from eastern side, right? So in this way, you can say that these are the eastern tributaries. And if I move towards the western tributaries of Indus, here you can see that here river Indus flows southwards. And here you can see river Kabul. And right from the north Hindu Kush range, river Swat is coming and falling into the river Kabul. So it means that Swat is the tributary of river Kabul, and Kabul is the tributary of river Indus. So indirectly you can say that Swat is also the tributary of river Indus, and its water is coming to river Indus through river Kabul. And here we have river Kurram. This is the Safed Ko region. And river Tochi. This is the Waziristan region, Waziristan Hills we talked about. And river Gomal. This is the Dera Ismail Khan region of Khyber Pakhtunkhwa. And river Yog coming from Balochistan, and it falls into river Gomal. It divides into 2 branches over here. One branch goes to river Gomal and the other branch goes to river Indus independently over here. There are so many other smaller water channels over here in this region, and but these are the major ones. So Swat, Kabul, Koram, Tochi, Gomal, and river Yog. So again, as we have 5 over here, we have 6 over here as the western tributaries of river Indus. But one very important factor, that these 5 rivers, Jhelum, Chenab, Ravi, Byas, and Sutlej, they are bigger rivers. They are perennial rivers. They flow throughout the year and they carry large river discharge. They are having a lot of water in them. On the other hand, as these western areas of Pakistan, they get really very limited rainfall. So most of these rivers, except River Kabul, the remaining rivers, they are sort of seasonal rivers and they do not have much water in them. So most of the time, the winter season, whenever there is the rainfall through the western depressions, these rivers, they get water and they contribute their waters into the river Indus. So this is how the western tributaries of river Indus are. So moving on to the mean monthly discharge of the rivers. So here you can see, right, this is a graph showing the months right at the bottom: January, February, March, April, May, June, July, August, September, October, November, December. And on the y-axis, you can see the river discharge from low to high. So it means that how much water the river is carrying throughout the year. So here is the key we have. This blue line is for river Indus. This green line is for river Jhelum. This red line is for river Chenab. And this purple line is for river Ravi. Now, if you see that river Indus, the biggest of all, huge river discharge, a big graph is showing that Indus has a lot of water in it and it is having a greater river discharge in it, and no other river matches the river discharge of river Indus, and there is no match whatsoever. All other major rivers, Jhelum, Chenab, and Ravi, having really very low river discharge in comparison with river Indus, very especially in the summer months of June, July, and August. And you can see that during the winter months, the river discharge falls drastically. January, February over here, and November, December over here. The river discharge is quite low in almost all the rivers. Still, Indus is having a bit higher river discharge in comparison with the others. And as we move towards the summers, we see a change in the river discharge. Indus gets huge change in river discharge, but the rest of the rivers, they still get some increase, but still really very low in comparison with river Indus. So it means that the summer months, you can see from this region, you can see that the river discharge has increased of almost all the rivers, but the Indus plays major role over here. And as we move towards winters, October, November, and December, the river discharge starts falling of all the rivers. And then October, November, December, January, February, the river discharge remains low. Then it starts increasing again. And this is the whole of the year's story regarding the river discharge. So again, here this proves that Indus is a big river in comparison with the all other rivers of Pakistan. So here we have the uses of water, and this is the industrial use of water. If I talk about the tanning industry, the leather processing industry, that is known as the tanning industry, and in this industry the water is consumed for washing and dyeing the leather into different colors, and first processing, keeping it clean and processing it to make a real leather shape, and then that leather is dyed and with the help with certain colors, so that in that process a lot of water is consumed. So in the tanning industry, water is a major constituent. And then the food processing industry, that is what we call the in the preparation of juices, squashes, syrups, and beverages, the drinks we are consuming, the drinks available in the market, they all are being processed through water. So it means that the water is used in the food processing industry. Then we have the usage of water in the chemical industry, making certain acids, liquid bleach, and certain other solutions. So they all are being made with the help of water. So in the chemical industry, there is the usage of water to a greater extent. And then here we are in the very important industry, that is the cotton textile industry of Pakistan, and water is being consumed for washing, bleaching, bluing, dyeing, and printing processes. Whenever the cloth is made, it is washed, then it is bleaching process is done to make it really very clean and spot free, and there should be no spots over there, and then bluing to make it shiny white, and then dyeing to dye the whole of the cloth in a single color, and then certain prints are made over there for designing. So in all those processes, water is consumed. Then the industry which is flourishing these days really very frequently in Pakistan and very rapidly in Pakistan, that is the mineral water industry, as the people believe that the water they might be consuming for drinking must be safer for them. So the mineral water industry is developing a lot, and water is the only component that is being further processed for drinking by adding up certain minerals over there, and to boil it in the boiler to make it germs free, and then it is bottled and then supplied. So again, water is the important industry over here as mineral water. Then iron and steel industry. In the iron and steel industry, water is used to cool down the furnaces for making steel, as we know that there is the greater temperatures over there of those furnaces, as the wrought iron and the iron ores and certain other metals, they get molten to mixed up to make it, and the alloy of steel. So for that purpose, whole of that infrastructure or the furnaces, they are meant to cool down with the help of the circulation of water alongside the machines. So water is consumed over here. Then thermal power stations, very importantly, as we know that right now Pakistan is having more than 90 thermal power stations in the public and private sector, and all those thermal power stations, they are consuming water, heating them up, converting them into steam, and that steam is moving the turbines to generate power for us, and that power is being supplied, leading to low load shedding these days in our country. And then the hydroelectric power stations, the dams, Mangla Dam and Tarbela Dam, they are really source of generation of hydroelectric power for Pakistan. So again, the water is being used to generate power through the hydroelectric power stations over there in our dams, very especially Mangla, Tarbela, and Warsak dams. So important one, really very important one. Thermal power stations, very important, and iron steel industry, very important. So again, if you get the description question of 3 marks, you are supposed to write any of the 3, but if you are supposed to be having the explanation question, development question, that you should develop your answer, the sort of sentences given with that question, then you are not only supposed to mention these usage of water, but also explain them into the further points. So these are the developments of these points. So again, let me erase it up so that I can clear you up that what is meant by the explanation and development and description. If you're asked that describe the the industrial usage of water. So you can write any of the 3 points, like what? That water is consumed in the textile industry, water is also used in the hydroelectric power generation, water is also used in the thermal power generation. Just a description, just mentioning 3 points, the description question would be over. But if the question is that explain the industrial uses of water, you should develop your answer. Then you are supposed to write the water is used in the industries, very especially the cotton textile industry of Pakistan, and in that industry water is consumed for the washing, bleaching, and bluing, dyeing and printing purposes to get that cloth in the finished product form. In the same way, the water is consumed in the thermal power stations, and water is heated up to convert it into steam, and that steam moves the turbines to generate power for us. So in this way, these are the development points. So here we have, this is the development point, and this one is the development point for this one, and iron and steel industry, this one is the development point. And for pharmaceutical industry, the last one, that in the medicines industry, pharmaceutical industry, the water is being consumed for making injections, syrups, and IV infusions, I mean the drips. So this is how the water is being consumed in the industries, and that is really very important. And you are supposed to be knowing that what are the uses, industrial uses of water for the sake of the development of industry in Pakistan. So as I have explained today, you people, the syllabus for this particular unit and the importance of rivers for Pakistan and the uses of water in the industries. So that is all for today. Do not forget to subscribe, watch, like, comment, and share the videos you are watching over my channel. And thank you so much for today. Inshallah, in the next lesson, we will talk about the agricultural use of water. Thank you so much.